Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Menopause Love Lounge, where we have all of your favorite ladies here joining us today. As always, we have the fabulous Karen Viesta. Woo-woo. We have Dawn Wiggins with us here today.
Hey.
We have Lori Gerber. Peace out. Junie Moon. And of course, the fabulous Ozzy Osbourne, the one and only. Yes, ma'am. And I am your host, Andrea Kanoki. We are so excited. We're so excited to have you guys here with us today. We are talking about self-expression today. That is our main topic. And we want to really talk about where we're at right now, right? With all of our own self-expression compared to where we were before. We have got so much good stuff for you. We have our personal reflections. So we're going to talk about what does self-expression mean to you guys right now? What has changed since you were in your 30s? Because we're all way above that. Some still hanging close, right? Some are still a little closer to that than others, but that's okay. Then we're going to jump into our cultural watch, where we just like to go over what everybody, the normal everyday person, is doing out there, as well as some of the celebrities. So we'll touch base on that. And then our favorite segment that we end with is our legs wide open segment. We're showing the hoo-ha. We are showing it. And that is where we're talking about, should we care or should we not care? We have so much to get to, you guys, today. So let's jump right in. All right. So we're going to start out talking about aging identity, and let's do a little personal check-in. So I want to go through each of you and just tell me, where are you at with your self-expression right now, and what has changed for you? Lori, I'm going to start with you. Give us a little update.
Okay, this might be a little counter to what people think, but I have actually had to dial in my self-expression over the last 2 decades.
Wow.
I used to think self-expression meant say every single thing I think. But it turns out that a lot of what I think is garbage. Both in my head and out of my mouth. So what I've come to understand, that in order to make my relationships healthy, I actually need to work on the emotionality of what I'm thinking and feeling before I express it, so I can express my truth. I believe in honesty, as you know, but say it with enough grace that it can be heard. So I would say I'm saying more of my truth as I get older, but I am saying it better so that other people can hear it. So that's been the major shift.
Powerful.
I love it. Yeah, that absolutely is. It's almost like you're having this interchanging that you just then, you can express things differently without it coming across where everybody's like, Lori, what are you saying?
I mean, I was raised by people who think criticism is helpful, right? Like, it's just like, aren't I helping by telling you everything that's wrong here?
Yeah.
And, you know, with a certain amount of lubrication and padding, I still am allowed to give negative feedback to certain loved ones, but it just needs to be done in a certain way, or else I alienate people.
Yeah, more discerning.
Interesting. Dawn, what do you got?
Oh, okay. I recently went to a bachelorette party in Charleston. This is for a dear friend who's in her second marriage, right? And we went to a few clubs in Charleston, and I have to tell you, I was very uncomfortable with regards to physical self-expression, right? All of a sudden I was like, wow, I feel irrelevant in this room full of 20-year-olds. I don't know how to relate to this room anymore. And so while I very much connect with what Lori was sharing, that I think from a mental, emotional, and like verbal version of self-expression, I think I'm more dialed in than ever before. I think physically, I'm like finding myself uncertain in certain places. Where do I fit? How do I express myself? Again, these big old boobies, do I display them? Do I not display them? I don't know. So there's sort of maybe some integration work to do there around like how I look versus what I say and what feels good to me. Yeah.
Well, I think it's interesting that you say that walking into the event, that you feel a little uncomfortable with these 20-year-olds. And sometimes, right, that's our own self-talk, but I wonder how they feel with you, because I know, you know, a lot of 20-year-olds are like, oh my God, that woman looks so confident. She looks so amazing. And they're seeing it in a different way than we are walking into it.
No, it definitely revealed my own current struggle, right, around, what self-expression means, what self-esteem means in this new body, in this new season. Yeah.
And what you said about what feels good to you, I think that's the piece that, you know, as we go on and get older, dropping into this feels right and lowering the volume of what are other people thinking, or am I fitting in, or all that stuff.
And I could tell I wasn't clear there. Yeah.
Yeah.
what does your 10-year-old, because you and I both have tween age children who are constantly embarrassed by my literal existence, like my literal existence, everything I say, everything I wear, everything I do is embarrassing. Do you, is that true for you too? Like, are you an embarrassment to your child?
Not a lot. And this just came up this week because it's her birthday and I'm going to go to school for lunch. And so she was on the fence about whether or not she wanted me to come. Right. So I know that that's at play. But I think when I became a mom, I think I turned that on myself, that I was hyper vigilant about how people in her community were going to perceive me and how that would affect her. And so I do think that becoming a mom in general has had a huge effect on me, not necessarily being as in touch with what feels good to me. It's more me too much self-monitoring around what will land well in her spaces. Yeah.
I think that's where I'm the most cramped, is actually in regards to my adult kids and my younger kid. If I don't want to fully express myself because I don't want their reaction, and I also don't want to be an embarrassment. Okay.
I also think being a business owner is part of that for me, right? It's like, again, it's where I feel like it's in service to something other than me that it gets lost.
And Ozzy, you also kind of raised your hand when Lori was asking that question. Are you feeling that way with your son?
I live to embarrass him. His friends come over and they sit on my couch and they talk. So I live to embarrass.
You're hearing it all.
Yeah. I hear it all.
I love that. Well, Ozzy, why don't you tell us where you're at with your self-expression?
Yeah. So for me, my self-expression in the past was always it was performative. It was performative. It was seeking validation. It was seeking something from the world to validate my existence. So where I changed, or where I shifted for me, was more about now expressing myself in a way. And similar to what Lori and Dawn were saying, for me, less is more. So less needing to fill in the space, the empty space, because empty spaces never felt good to me. It was always unsafe. So instead of filling in the empty spaces, I listen more. I pause between what I say. I get in my body so that I could feel grounded in what I'm saying and how I'm expressing. And I also give myself permission to express, because in the past, expressing myself meant that I would be shut down. So my business, like similar to Dawn, also inspired me to be more expressive and be able to speak. I mean, I remember when I first got onto Facebook Lives, that's where I sort of learned to trust my voice, and I practiced there. And then I moved on to Instagram, and then now it's easy. Now it feels good. And then in midlife, I think the shift is more, it just feels more grounded. So I went from, again, performing to expressive in a very gentle and human way.
I love that. I think I'm very similar to you a little bit with that, Ozzy. And I was very meek and very soft spoken when I was young. I hated to be on the phone. I used to do some modeling when I was younger. My agent would like beep me on my pager, right? That's how old I am. I had a pager. I know. And I would be like terrified to even call them back. They're just letting me know about an audition or something. And I would call my mom, hey, I'm so busy at work. Can you call for me while I'm doing this? It was just this fear of talking on the phone all of the time. It's shocking to me that now I'm a host of my own podcast, of this podcast. Yeah. It is such growth for me. And when I was really looking back at the self-expression and thinking of things that have occurred over the years and how I've been to a little bit more now how I'm discovering this, I would embellish things that were so moot, like they just didn't even matter. You're saying a number about something and I'd have to pad it a little bit. I don't know why. You know what I mean? You're just saying, well, I had 3 phone calls today. And you're like, I think we've talked about this once before where we're like, we go, you know what? I've had 5 phone calls today. Like, why do I have to make it so much bigger to get such a bigger reaction out of everybody? And so these are things I'm just kind of discovering along the way that I've changed and I've grown. And, I feel like I trust myself more in what I have to say and what I think, because we're all, we're afraid of imposter syndrome, right? Of thinking we're not good enough. We've talked about that before. And so I think all of it just goes hand in hand. I mean, I have sometimes when I'll see women, younger women see me compared to Dawn walking into that room and her feeling very insecure. Yes, I would feel insecure too, but I would be looking at them thinking in my mind, poof, I look like they do. Why am I not getting, that man that she's with or that job that she got, I don't know what that is. And then I come back to reality like, oh, she's like 30 years younger than you, Andrea. So it's just kind of understanding and coming to terms with who I am now at 51 and what that looks like for myself. And I just have to be okay with the fact that I'm not 30 anymore. And that kind of sucks sometimes.
Amazing about these conversations we're having is seeing you on social media, Andrea, knowing you. My perception would be that you are able to own your body in such a way that I am not. And from these conversations, that's not completely true, right? But that's how, if we were in the club, that's how I would perceive you in the club versus me in the club. And that whole, right, compare and despair thing I've heard some of you mention before, super interesting, right? And that's what I love about these conversations and breaking down the illusions that we all have and the judgments we all have about ourselves, about each other, and where we fit and all of that. Yeah.
And we place those illusions on someone, we think that that's what other people, we project them, and then we think those thoughts, and then we believe that that's our identity. And so we then maybe hide parts of ourselves. So I love these conversations too.
Yeah. I think our self-talk at home is so different than what we put out there for the world to see and who we are. I mean, I'm still pretty confident in my like boobs and stuff, Dawn. I mean, I really like them. So
you should.
I'm not afraid to.
We do too.
I bring them as I should be. And what should you be, Karen? Tell us about your self-expression.
Well, I have been raised, I come from a long line of people pleasers. So I was trained very early on to be the good girl. Yes. And my work in this lifetime, and I'm still doing it, by the way, is that I am unraveling that. And I think at this stage, in terms of self-expression, number one, I am way more likely to say no than I used to be. And Ozzy and I were just talking about the fact that, we turn down more invitations than we accept. So that's a big one. The other one is that I have had to get really comfortable with my own anger and my own sadness, because those were not things that I was taught to feel. And I had no idea what it meant to process and release emotions like anger and grief. And again, this is work I continue to do. But what I realized is that all of those years of, I think of it like a backpack. Like every time there was an uncomfortable emotion, I was just stuffing it into the backpack. And then I get to, this stage of life, and I'm carrying around all this shit that I really, it's been a process to release it. But I think that's been the biggest gift really of this, is that I have learned to feel those emotions, to accept those emotions, and to express them in a way that's safe and healthy, instead of stuffing them into the backpack.
Get them out of the backpack. Yeah. You know, so much of what holds us back in life is a fear of feeling and expressing. And so, wow, what a powerful move.
Absolutely. Junie, last but not least, of course, tell us.
It's so hard to go last because I'm like listening to all of you. I'm like, yes. Oh my God. And I love that we're talking about the before and after and revealing our process, because there are a lot of people that go, oh, she's on Instagram and this and right. So I shut down my truth. I shut down my expression. I walked on eggshells. I micromanaged everything until menopause hit. I was, it was like I had this huge protector inside of me because I was really bullied as a kid, and I was afraid to stand out. I was afraid to be seen. I wouldn't even raise my hand in class when I got into high school, terrified. So things shifted, and I love the word permission. Like I got into my mid 40s and I'm like, fuck this shit. It's like, this is my life. And I was 200 pounds. I don't know if you guys know that, but I was
hard to believe.
Right? I'm 5'3", 200 pounds. I was stuffing my face to soothe myself because I wasn't feeling authentic. I wasn't really being myself. And there was a cost. And similarly to one of you, that what you said, it's like the pendulum swung to the other side. I think it was Lori. So I started like really speaking out and really sharing my truth.
Word vomiting.
Right. Vomit, vomit, vomit.
Projectile.
I needed to speak my truth and express myself. And then I, of course, did the deep work to be able to have the tools to be able to say, this is me. I'm going to be true to myself. My voice matters. And I could do it in a more graceful, loving way so people can actually hear me. So, I'm free now. And I'm so grateful.
And Judy, we feel it from you.
Thank you.
Experience.
It's so hard to imagine you not being able to raise your hand.
Right?
What a loss.
It was so painful. And then I brought that into my marriage. And so it was like, just like my risk manager. I was constantly like, how do I take care of this? How do I take care of this? Because I didn't want the shit to hit the fan. And it was really painful until I woke up and said, okay, no more. And that's the beauty, I think, of the second half of life. I mean, we really hopefully wake up and go, no, this is important and I matter. And I am just really grateful, living a great life now.
Makes you think we want to invite some like 20 and 30 somethings to listen to this episode, right?
I think that's a great idea.
Goodness.
Yeah. Because I think they're so afraid of growing older too. Well, we all are, of course, but I love this because we are bringing the positivity back into menopause and we're trying to show like it's not as bad. I mean, it's a little bad, right? But like it's a little bad. I mean,
has its issues.
It has its moments, but as a whole, I mean, Lori, but as a whole, look at.
That's right. I just got hot just when you mentioned it.
But like, look at where we are and what we're discussing today. Our adventures that we've gone through to get to this point. It's amazing. And I think that we're really showing that it's okay. It's okay to get older. It's not terrible.
I also wanted to say we represent a nice gamut between the under speakers and the over speakers.
Yes.
Because everyone deals with something different. Some people feel like they can't talk and some people feel like they can't stop talking, it's just cool that we represent some diversity, I think.
And
I'm proud of that.
It shows what you said, Lori, which is most of what goes on in our heads is complete nonsense. Like, I think we can all sit here and listen to each other and think about our own self-talk and say the very same thing. Like, most of what I think is complete bullshit.
Garbage.
It is. A lot of stories in our head. Yep. A lot of stories.
Yep. Creating the narrative for sure. So let's talk about what everybody else out there is doing outside of this fabulous group that we have there.
Or at least what we're judging that they're doing with this bullshit in our heads.
What is the rest of the world doing? Karen, why don't you tell us what like some of your stats are out there for self-expression and how women going through menopause are dealing with this?
Okay. So here's the funny thing about stats is you can look up stats and find wildly contradictory stats, right? So on the one hand, women in their 70s are supposed to be the happiest demographic, right? Studies show that women in their 70s, that's the happiest decade of a woman's life most of the time.
Fascinating.
Okay.
Is that because their husbands are dead?
They don't have to have sex.
They don't have snores.
That's a little
They're sleeping better.
They say they claim
the hot flashes finally stopped.
Hot flashes stopped.
That was too funny. Oh my God.
Okay.
They claim to have more freedom or authenticity and less pressure to perform. Okay, so fantastic. Love to hear it. Then I found another statistic that says that, and this is, by the way, the Seattle Midlife Women's Health Study, shows that women's anger increases as they age.
Interesting.
But the very same study shows that their expression of anger decreases. So here's the question, and I'm curious what you all think about it. Does that reflect a wisdom of like, I'm going to pick and choose my battles? Or does it reflect resignation? Like, nothing is going to change, so I'm just not going to waste my breath. Like, I don't know what to make of that.
Well, I think when we correlate it to the amount of autoimmune issues we have in women, we see in women, that we would be remiss to not consider it's more likely it's unhealthy suppression. That it's not wisdom, it's building over the years, because truly, truly, we are meant to feel release and move on. And I think we have layer upon layer upon layer of wounding. And I actually think this is where I love Brene Brown's work on shame and vulnerability, and where she has been able to identify for us how much we have avoided vulnerability because shame feels so uncomfortable. And that the opposite of belonging is actually fitting in. And if you look at our culture, it's a fascinating thought to consider that the opposite of belonging is fitting in, because I don't think that's what we would guess, right?
No.
But to fit in means I've had to suppress parts of myself. I've had to suppress feelings. I've had to suppress, thoughts, ideas in order to get along, in order to be accepted, right? And so it's deeply unhealthy for us to fit in. It is far more healthy for us to be our true, authentic selves, again, with grace and with discernment. But that's a process. The process of getting to grace and discernment, to Ozzy's point, was such a journey of learning. And we can't learn by reading, we learn by doing. And that means being vulnerable. And Brene Brown says you cannot engineer the discomfort out of vulnerability. Is it a process you have to walk?
Yeah.
And so for women, I think we have been expected to be men. I know this is like a hill I die on every episode, but we have been expected to function like men and to not be emotional. We get judged for being too emotional, but guess what? That was God's design, for us to be the muse, for us to be emotional, for
to
us
express.
to be, nurturing and wild and howling and all the things, right? The soft parts, the loud parts, all the parts, right? And so I think it's really powerful, Karen, for you to have shared that. And I'd be so curious the sample size and like who they queried in that research.
So then do you think that the initial stat that I gave, that women in their 70s are the happiest demographic, do you think that's just bullshit? That was just like men deciding that?
I would be I
it?
would be so interested to look at like where those women lived and what because I think you're going to see some things regionally. I think you're going to see some things religiously, right? Like there are certain regions and religions where I think, like right now I live in South Carolina, and I can tell you like it's really repressed here, at least where I live in South Carolina, right? I think Charleston is a little different, but like I live in a more rural, smaller part of South Carolina. And I think it's more likely to be the anger growing segment. But like, let's say we're in maybe more populous places where it's become more popular to self-express, I think we would see the other statistics. So I'd be curious to see the regions.
Yeah.
And the religions and the spiritual practices. Yeah.
I'm also wondering if maybe they polled people. I'm also curious where they polled them from, because different parts of the country, as Dawn mentioned, if they're in Florida or Palm Springs, they're enjoying the sun, they're not really working, they're not really doing much, they're relaxing, they're well rested. Of course, they're going to be happy. So it'd be interesting to see where they took that from.
I was glad you said something, Ozzy, because we're so good in this soundbite. I was like, she is getting off over there on this topic. So thank you. Lori.
Is anger the opposite of happy, right? Is it possible that they could go together?
They have to go together. To be happy, right? You have to have a healthy expression of anger.
So maybe we are angrier and happier. The only question the only part I don't understand is that we're less self-expressed. That almost sounds like it's actually our voices are not being heard, not that not by choice, it would seem.
No, I think that's
true. It's two different things here, that self-expressed versus happy anger thing, because to me, it's like my mom. I remember when she got into her 70s. I remember this like yesterday. She loved her 70s because she said she just didn't care what other people thought. She just was really listening to what mattered most to her. And on some level, she, that anger thing, she kind of accepted people are going to be like this, and I don't have to go there. So there was, so resignation versus acceptance. I kind of think there's like to tweeze that apart, because there's something about this is the way it is. How do I want my life? And also anger, in my opinion, is something's not working. What do I want to do about it? Do I need to say something? Do I not need to do something about it? And to me, when we honor that boundary within us, we are happier. And then we express when we choose to express. That's my take on it.
No, I love that. Well, I think that it also comes into the whole, we don't care. segment, right? Like we just get to that age where we don't care anymore. And so I think that's why we're not even expressing the anger anymore, because it's not worth the effort. It's not worth the
effort.
It's just not, right? And we're just like, do I really care about that? I find myself, getting worked up about something. And at the end of the day, I'm like, what was I so worked up about with that? If I just let that go, I could have had so much more peace throughout the day. And so maybe it's just that recognition as we get older.
Yeah.
And also anger is not a bad thing. I think expressing anger is very healthy. It's just how are we projecting it on someone else? How are we expressing
it versus expressing it?
Correct.
Well said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm super curious also about the beauty standards for women in their 70s. I'm curious. I would love to interview someone in their 70s and ask them how they experience beauty standards at that age. Is there some relief of that at a certain point where it's like, I'm not trying to be an age I can no longer even reach for, if there's some relief of that at all.
Well, we're in LA, so we 70-year-olds here look very 50.
Yeah. So, again, maybe regionally is the answer. Yeah.
Well, and if we looked at the celebrity trends out there right now that's going on, Martha Stewart doing the Sports Illustrated cover at 81.
I'm obsessed with her.
I am.
I mean, the lady was in prison. I mean, come on. What? I love to see this. I mean,
badass.
Yeah. Badass. Her and Snoop, right? I mean, that's so crazy. And then we also have Jane Fonda. She is incredible. I should have gotten her age. I know she's well in her high 80s at this point.
Yeah.
And looks phenomenal, and
she's
and
amazing.
She's fine with that. Yeah. And so we also have, our menopause, the TikTok. We have this huge and growing TikTok community bringing humor, honesty, and education to all of our menopause conversations, right? And so that's also something that we're looking at of how people are self-expressing themselves on TikTok. I think that's really changed as we go. And we know we're going to do another topic at some other time about, men with menopause and how that changes and everything. So I think there's just so many different things out there going on, comparing the celebrities to the regular people, how we perceive them, how they perceive us.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's across the board. I think everybody is just doing their own thing. We're in a time in our world where we are just like, fuck it. Right? We just
let's also appreciate that our mothers and grandmothers did not have these conversations. Like we're very fortunate to be going through this transition together at a time where there is this sense of, we have resources, we have information, we have community. Like that's a gift, really.
Yeah,
truly.
And I gotta give a shout out, and I am not the hugest fan of social media personally, but you can find a place where you feel heard on social media, where you feel seen, where you feel like if you're not expressing what's you're experiencing, someone else is expressing it for you.
Absolutely.
And that was not true for our mothers or their mothers at all.
Definitely.
And our kids are used to it, but I think we're still like, we're still like, oh my gosh, she's saying it and she's singing about it in a funny way. Amazing.
That's right.
Which I love why we have this lounge that we've created, right? That we're allowing people to self-express themselves. We are showing firsthand how we are just putting ourselves out there. We're being vulnerable with everybody. We are showing them and explaining where we've come from, where we're going to, and allowing people to join us in that. So we really want to hear from the listeners out there of things that they're going through with their own self-expression and, what their truth drop is, right? Like what they're going through right now. So we implore anyone listening to reach out to us and kind of give us some of your things that you have changed over the years, where you went from 30s to now, your self-expression. So you guys can share that with us. Junie.
Oh, I was just saying, yes. That's why I moved.
Yes.
Like, yes. I love that. All right. Well, that was amazing. Thanks for those stats, Karen. That was really interesting to hear. I was actually really shocked when I first heard that about 70s, because I'm like, I feel like 70. I'm going to be like, okay, guys.
Well, not if we have anything to do with it.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's move on to our most fun segment we love doing, you guys. It's our legs wide open. We are showing the hoo-ha. We are going to do some... Ooh, that turned me on. So
By the way, and Dawn is the one that's today. I'm counting her today. It was not me. Today is not me.
Interesting.
How many have I done, Ozzy?
I'm telling.
Ooh, I've got to relook at that. I didn't realize. I'm so used to Ozzy giving me that. Ooh, that calming.
No, today it's Dawn.
It's Dawn.
I passed the baton. Must have been the
it.
grounding we did earlier.
We got me in my body, feeling the vibration.
She and her buddy.
I think so. She's in heat.
She's also in heat, guys.
That's right.
Perfect. All right. So for this segment, you guys, we're going to go through our rapid fire questions of what we care or we don't care about at this point. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw out A or B. Okay. We've got 10 amazing questions. I'm going to give you this or that. We're just going to go around. Just give me your first thought of which one you would like the best. All right. Let's start out. And Karen, you're going to be my first step, just so you know. Number one, high heels or comfy sneakers?
I would have said heels, but now sneakers are so chic. I'm going to go with sneakers.
Nice. Dawn?
I have the sexiest pair of Italian leather sneakers all day. You didn't see that coming. It's the sexiest pair of Italian leather heels. No, they're sneakers. They're amazing.
Louboutins. Where are the Louboutins?
Lori?
I gave up high heels. I gave up high heels 5. I gave up high heels in COVID, and I'm never going back. It's New Balance, not fancy sneakers for me. Thank you.
So you're going to a fancy event, you're wearing a beautiful dress, and you're throwing on the New Balance.
I do have a pair of ballet slipper flats that I keep in my bag for when I go into an event once a year.
Of course you do. Junie?
Oh, this is a place of pain for me.
Literally in high heels.
Literally, yeah.
Literally, because I absolutely love heels, and I had to let them go because of an arthritic condition that I have. So I literally can't wear heels, but I've discovered platforms. They make me laugh and feel good, but I've learned to embrace nice sneakers and flats. But I miss my heels. That's my reality.
Too.
I get it. I love it.
Oh, I miss my heels too. But I went to kitten heels now. But on the day to day, you see me in sneakers and cute ones. Yeah.
Cute ones. They've got so many cute ones out there. I've always loved high heels, but with me being tall and like dating, it's so hard for me to gauge because 1 inch size does matter, ladies.
And don't get Lori started. Do not get Lori started.
And it's frustrating. I wear flats or sneakers to every first date because I've got to do that gauge as to where we're at. So I need to know. So I'm probably more of a
good excuse.
Good excuse. All right, number 2, spend money on supplements or sex toys. Karen?
You know what I'm going to say, supplements.
What's sex if you're not supplemented? I mean, you got to have the energy.
Exactly.
All right,
One can't
Dawn.
exist without the other. Yes, I'm definitely spending mine on homeopathic remedies. Like, period. And it's because one does facilitate the other.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yes, Lori.
Oh my gosh, are we gonna all agree on everything? I spend so much money on supplements. I think besides my mortgage, it might be my biggest expense.
top budget line.
Yeah.
Junie.
Thankfully, I bought a lot of sex toys before I hit my menopause. So
you were all stocked up.
Stocked up. And now it's all about the supplements.
Wow.
Sex toys last longer than supplements.
Yes. Plus, what else do you need but to sun your butthole? And that is free. So,
As we now know.
That is free. Ozzy.
Same as Junie. I bought a lot of toys before. They're fine for now. And supplements is where my investments go these days.
Yes.
And I have a lot of them.
Are you going to be the outlier, Andrea?
I am. I'm sex toys.
Yes.
Sex toys. Anal beads. Everything. No.
Oh, I gotta get those. I forgot about those.
But
No, Benoit balls.
Benoit balls. See, I don't use the anal beads in the anal where they're supposed to go. I'm sorry. I use them up front in the hoo-ha. And then,
good.
I'll just put that out there. When I'm getting the vibrator and even with a guy, you have him pull them out when you are orgasming. Whoa.
I have to do that. Yes.
Do it.
Hallelujah.
Changes everything. Yes. All right. Up next, we have number 3, hot flashes. Are we doing a fan, a freezer, or stripping down and owning it? Karen.
I'm always in the kitchen, so I'm going to say the freezer. It's easier.
It just works. Dawn.
I would lose a shirt and a bra anytime I was able to. Like that's for
Let
sure.
those boobies go free.
Like, get it off, right?
Be the girls.
But then I'm going to look for an AC vent. Yeah.
Okay. I love it. Lori's already fanning herself over here.
I just started using the cold on my hairdryer. The cold button on my hairdryer under the titties.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
brilliant.
my God.
Oh,
That's my new hack.
Is that a thing? Do y'all get a lot of boob sweat in between your boobs and under
the
do.
boob?
I do.
Yeah.
I know.
It's just-
Let's see.
I know. And
Also,
I'm always
ice packs. Ice packs.
Oh.
Ice packs. I'm throwing another one in there. Ice
See,
packs.
this
Another one
is
in
the
there.
beauty of being an A cup.
Okay,
There's
but
nothing
The
to
only
lift up.
advantage of being an A cup. Yeah.
the intensity of your hot flash is to do with your liver congestion. So there's that. And then hyperhidrosis is to do with the quality of your nervous system's flexibility, right? So the more nervous system activated we are, I've digressed. I've totally ruined the legs wide open segment. But ladies,
Legs shut. That's like bringing up your mother when you're about to come, Dawn. Jeez.
dang nabbit.
Oh, that was good. That was
Oh,
good.
that was good. Womp womp. All right, Ozzy, we'll still hear what you have to say.
Oh, fan all day. I have a fan. I love
all
my
day.
fan every night.
Yeah, I do too. I'm a fan girl. I'm constantly sweating in between I do the swipe and smell. You know, you got to make sure it smells
Oh,
like.
I love that you said that out loud.
I'm always
too.
like, oh my gosh, it's.
Okay, Lori, sometimes you get overstimulated by sound. Do you ever get overstimulated by a fan? Does anybody ever feel like the fan is too much
It
stimulation?
depends on the frequency of the sound.
Oh, interesting. Okay, it really is a sound
Interesting.
for you. All right.
Honestly.
Well, I'm lucky.
right.
I never really had hot flashes. So yeah, I had like a little warmth once, and I was like, "Oh, what's that?" So I'm very. Like, "Ooh, that's like, no, never
It's like
had
a
them.
sneeze.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, nice.
All right, up next, this one's going to go quick. I think we already know most of the answers to this. A good night's sleep or a good night of great sex?
Sex. Great sex all night
Karen's
long.
already in it. Yo, Karen.
I am
course.
sleep all the way. Sex tomorrow. I need to sleep.
That's in the morning. Sleep
Yes,
at night.
love in
No,
the morning.
sex.
Yeah. Do not screw with my sleep.
Half and half. I'm half and half.
Oh.
Half and half.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would you say, Dawn?
Team sleep all the way.
Done.
I also
Team
prefer
sleep,
day
yeah.
drinking. Again, like if you are
drinking,
night
yes.
drinking or night sex,
Oh,
like
night
and I
drinking.
might feel different about all this in my 70s, right? To be fair,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I won't have the same responsibilities the
Yeah.
next morning. I can just
She won't care.
stay in
That's
bed.
right.
So, check back with me in a few decades.
Okay.
We will.
All right. Number
It's a date.
5. It's a date.
Did you
Sexy
answer?
lingerie.
Andrea, we didn't hear
Oh.
from you.
Oh, we know what Andrea's
We
gonna
know what she's going to say, but,
Sex with myself. That's what I'd pick.
Andrea, are you a night owl in general? Are you a night owl?
Very much. I'm
Yeah,
up
yeah,
till
yeah.
midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least midnight. Well,
You
I
know,
like
I've
my
been over
edibles.
here calculating your remedy for weeks, right? And I've got you dialed in, girlfriend.
Yes, because I'm an edible girl in the evenings. I take my edibles to relax and chill, zone out, talk to myself, get some good answers. And then I eat because it gives me the munchies, which is very frustrating. If I could cut that, I'd be great. And then, yeah, I'm up till late watching Love Island going, why am I not hosting that show? This is how it goes in my
That's
mind.
an exceptional question. I love that inquiry.
I love that equal for you.
It's great, right? I'm like, I can do that.
I think there
All
should be
right,
a golden Love Island. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Golden oven.
There should.
Mhm.
Yeah, they really need one for in between all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There's not a good in between. So, all right. Do you still chase trends, or are you the officially I don't give a damn stage? Ozzy, let's
Create
start
the
with
trends,
you.
I was
baby.
going to say, I am in the season of trend setting. Yeah. 100%.
Sexy lingerie or
soft pajamas. Soft pajamas.
Or nothing at all.
I was just going to say naked all
nothing
the
at
way.
All right.
I say nothing at all.
I think motherhood has maintained soft pajamas, but like it's probably not my top choice.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Kids here. Come on.
Lori?
Soft pajamas and what is a trend?
I was just going to say, we have a joke, my partner and I, that I wear underwear, actually, just panties when I go to bed. So and he calls it the night shield. Basically, stay away. But again, it's like I sweat, I get hot at night. So I like to be naked with the panties, just for clarification, in case you're wondering.
I was wondering.
It's a cock block.
It is a cock block of a JJ block. So for me, I just wear a sports bra because I am fearful of gravity coming in with the boobs, and like I paid too much for these to go anywhere else. And also I wear panties too, and for a very good reason. I feel I feel a weird sensation when I don't. Like I could almost pee the bed. That is weird. Like it feels too free.
Me too. Yeah, it feels weird for me. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I'm not peeing the bed, but I feel like
it's an uncomfortable sensation. You don't, and that.
Yeah.
No.
I just don't want anything crawling in there.
Yeah.
What is crawling?
Because we have crawling things in our bed.
Well, who knows? Bugs?
Bed bugs.
God.
Men's fingers. Oh my God, right?
Oh, I don't mind that. I just don't want bugs. Bring the fingers, not the bugs.
All right. So I think, I'm skipping over the trends because I think we already kind of touched on it a little bit. I'm going to the next one. Do you crave more independence now or more connection? Karen?
I'm straddling both of these because I do love independence, but I also love connection. I just find I have to be really discerning about who and what I'm connecting to.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Dawn?
I think I've been like wildly independent for a very long time, and I'm leaning more towards connection these days.
Until you have that baby, girl. Lori?
Because I wouldn't call it independence. I would call it being alone. Like I'm just craving being alone because I'm totally freaking overstimulated. So I love connection, but I would like less of it.
This is an interesting question. I'm balancing the two as well. I am a very independent person, and I value my alone time and my choices. And the connection piece, I actually think it's more connection with myself. So I have wonderful people in my life, and I'm just really deeply listening to both of those pieces within myself now. That's what I'm working.
Junie, I was just going to say that I think they go hand in hand. Like for me, connection is everything. So connection to self brings the independence, brings the freedom that I seek. So for me, it's connection. There's not, I don't think they're separate.
Yeah. Nicely said. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it also brings connection to other people when you're more connected with yourself. Your connections with other people are more genuine.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. And for me, it's independence. Probably first and foremost, I'm loving just having my own independence, doing what I want to do. But I also love a great connection at a certain time. Sometimes I want my friends. I want to feel connected to everybody, to a man, whatever that may be. But then there's times I'm like, I love sitting on my couch with my edibles and my Love Island.
Edibles.
So that's me.
Gotta check out Love Island. I haven't even watched it. I don't even know anything about it.
It's meant for the 20s and 30s. It's not meant for us, but it's so good.
It is meant for us. Of course it is.
No, she wants Menopause Love Island.
Yes.
Great. Like
Let's
Menopause
make
Love
it.
Lounge.
Maybe that'll be coming soon.
Yes.
On to something. All right. Give me this one quick and fast. Our rapid fire. Are we doing gray hair? We're talking about, are we doing silver fox or dye it till you die?
I will die till I die.
Die till I die.
Die till I die. Die till I die. Yeah.
I let myself go gray in the last year, and my client noticed and said something, and now I think I'm gonna dye it until I decide to do that experiment again.
Okay.
Long answer long.
What?
I'm living into this, you know, because I'm all about being myself and owning whatever is. And with that said, my hair has gotten so thin on top since menopause and thyroid stuff. So if it's dark, because my hair is like black underneath. I don't know if you could see how dark it is. When it's dark, you see my scalp. And I don't like it. So being on video is a thing. If I wasn't on video, maybe. But right now, I'm good with the blonde.
Yes.
We love the blonde.
You're rocking it, girl.
Thank you.
Me, I'm a diet. I'm a diet till I die. All right. Up next, we have Botox fillers or a fabulous vacation.
Send me anywhere in the world. I am all about the fabulous vacation.
Me too.
Vacation.
Yeah, me
Ozzy's
too.
vacation, Junie vacation, Lori.
Yeah.
Since I met you guys, I'm considering giving up Botox. I'm considering it. I'm on the fence.
No, I gave up Botox.
I'm going on a vacation.
Where are we going? Let's all go together.
Get the passport ready.
Portugal.
Get it ready.
Portugal.
John.
Yeah, I've quit buying into their bullshit beauty standards, right? So it's like, I feel feelings about this.
I have feelings about this.
Yeah, take me on vacation. Take me on vacation. And P.S. Like, I'd love to, bless some other single mom with a little extra cash to go on vacation, right? I'd love to do so many more things than line their jets with $100 bills.
Yes.
Whoever they are.
Yes. Whoever they are. Those
A man is who they are.
Okay. All right. Our last question. All right. At this point, do you care more about how you look, how you feel, or how often you orgasm?
How you feel.
How I
feel.
Yeah.
Hands down.
We might all have that in common.
Yeah.
Yes.
On us together.
Might all. I think I have a little bit of each at this moment. I'm the only. No, Ozzy's single with me too. So we still gotta zhuzh it up a little bit sometimes for these.
I think it's a lot of pressure. Yeah,
I still zhuzh, but I just really I won't. If I don't feel good, I don't care what the zhuzh is. So to me, it's like feeling really good in my body and having a clear mind. Yeah.
Well, because you could look good on the externally, but if you're not feeling good internally,
absolutely,
then
it's not worth it.
It's not going to match.
Yeah, it doesn't match exactly. Yeah, me too.
All right, guys, we are closing the legs up on that one. Thank you all for joining in. That closed. All right, you guys, that is it for this week's episode. We were so excited you guys were here to have this conversation with us, to join in with us. We are wanting you to join in. First of all, you got to like us, subscribe to us, share a review on us. And we're asking you guys to kind of come on into the lounge with us. Post a photo that captures your midlife self-expression, right?
Ooh, nice.
We want to know what you guys are doing out there. You can send anything you want to the ladies at menopauselovelounge.com or just DM us on Instagram. We're at Menopause Love Lounge. So join us on there, post a photo, tag us. We love that. Send us your truth drop. We might even feature you in a future episode. We would love that. So, all right, you guys, that is it for this week. This was so fun.
So fun.
Always so fun. Anything else anybody wants to take us out on? I got to say?
Express yourself. Express yourself.
I love it. All right, you guys, we will see you next week. The ladies are signing out from the Menopause Love Lounge. Have a good one.
Bye.